Good. I'm glad that you told me now instead of 6 months from now, because I would have been totally on the wrong track. Right? That's where Agile helps. You will see about Agile project management. You are going to see that risks are mitigated on a daily basis. It is very implicit. It's kind of very organic. You don't have to do a lot of hard work to manage risks explicitly, like putting a risk register, doing risk mitigation planning like once in a week. No, it happens every day, and you're going to see that in Agile. That's what I'm going to show you. Okay, and so that's the reason I'm not going to talk about all this risk controlling, risk mitigation, risk planning, because you guys are expert in that. I just want you to see it from different perspective of how Agile is going to help you. Right? So that is incremental. We did iterative, we did incremental, and then we have time boxed. Time boxed is, again I said, 2 weeks. But every time I will deliver business value. The customer should be able to feel it. He should be able to give me feedback on it. That is what Agile is. Yeah, that's what Agile is. Let me give you one more example. I don't know if you realize it or not, but every day you are living an Agile life. You ask how, right? So let me give you. So right in the morning, when you wake up, you have your backlog in priority order. Right? You wake up in the morning, you have to brush your teeth. You have to get ready. Right? You have to get ready. You have to have breakfast. Right? You have to go to office. You have to dress up. You have to go to office. Then you have to attend different meetings. So this is a list of items in priority order. And you start executing. So you wake up, you brush your teeth. Okay, done. Check it off. Business value. Okay, my teeth are stronger, nice, and everything. You go to the next item. What is it? Okay, I need to freshen up. You freshen up. Then you go to the next item. What do I have to do? Okay, I have to dress up. Very good, done. I have to go and have breakfast. I'm having my breakfast. It's okay, now I have to go to office. And as soon as you move out, you hear, sweetheart. And you're like, okay, new requirements are coming, right? Right there. Hello, yeah? Can you please drop kids to school? New requirement. And by the way, you remember that you have to go to the bank, to the locker, and remove some jewelry for me? 2 new requirements, which you were not planning for. So all of a sudden you prioritize it in your backlog. Oh, okay, I have to drop my kids to school, and now I have to go to the bank to pick up the locker. Okay, fine. So again, execute it. I move out. I drop my kids to school, and I'm on the way to the bank. And I realize, oh, it's a 10 o'clock meeting. I still have half an hour. I can drop by. I can pick things, and I can reach the bank. Very good. However, this is Mumbai. Mumbai has cars on the road, and there is traffic conditions. So sometimes you get late. Right? Very obvious. Says, oh my God, change of priority in the requirement. So now you have to make a choice. Should I skip the meeting, or should I go to the locker? Right? So you're a smart guy. You say, you know what, I'm going to go to the office because that meeting is very important. And whatever happens in the evening, we'll figure out later. Right? We don't talk about it, right? So you go to the office, you finish up. So that's your backlog. See this? You're executing it on a daily basis, and it's a time box. You have 24 hours since the time you wake up to the next day. It's 24 hours. Very simple. So that's the Agile day. And then whatever items are not done, you move it to the next day. You move it to the next day. And then you realize, you know what, okay, next time I'll wake up a bit early to ensure that even if there is traffic conditions on the road, I can still reach on time. Very simple. That's Agile. That's as simple as that. That's Agile. Good enough? So this is the Agile manifesto. So there were, so when people talk about Agile, right, this is what they look towards. This is the manifesto. This is what people look at. So it is, what does it say? It says individual and interactions over processes and tools. It says working deliverable or comprehensive documentation. So again, let's look at the first one, individuals and interactions. Why is it that important? I want to go and talk to him instead of just sending emails, because that helps. Process, it's like a handcuff kind of. If you have too many processes, you know what, I have to do this, I have to do this. It becomes very heavy weighted. Again, if you have to do it for CMMI compliance and some audits and things, you have to do it. But try to minimize it. We are not saying that this is all not needed. These are all needed, but do it bare minimum, right? If you can get away with 2 pages of documentation, don't create a Bible out of that. Just put 2 pages and you'll be happy. Working deliverable or comprehensive documentation. What does that mean? Something that is working, right? So let's look at our traditional project management. What happens? You have a year-long project. Customer comes and says, 3 months from now or 5 months from now, what can you show me? Mr. Customer, come. You see this? documentation, the requirements, we worked on it for 2 months. Remember? We worked, I worked, you worked, we finalized everything, I signed, you signed. Oh yeah, so that is complete, very good. Then we went into the design phase. Remember that all the design architecture, you want all the scalability, performance, you want to take care of this requirement, that requirement, we took care of it, you signed, I signed, oh yeah, very good. And now we are in coding phase. Okay, but what do you have to show me? The documents, sir, take it. It's like, what do I do with this, man? Right? Think about Agile. What we say is, what is the most important thing that you need now? I'm going to work on it and I'm going to deliver it to you. Once I deliver it, tell me the second most important thing. I'm going to work on it and I'm going to deliver it to you. So that's how Agile works. That's how Agile works, right? Let me take an example one more time, right? Microsoft Word. Everyone uses Microsoft Word? Yeah? If I say Microsoft Word has 100 features, how many features do you use on a daily basis? 10, 15%? Yeah? So for all intents and purposes, if I had that 15 features coded and tested, I could have made a release. And I could have made most of you over here happy. Yeah? So think about it. That's where Agile comes into play. You can have a huge backlog, but prioritize it. Work on something that is most important. Work on something that is most important. And then you might have a release, that is feature rich, and you can just take it to the customer and you can start making money. Yeah? So that's what Agile is. Okay. So working delivery, we talked about it. Customer collaboration or contract negotiation. Again, very simple, right? You want to collaborate with your customer. So basically in Agile, we don't say, you know what, customer just gives the requirement and comes after 6 months. No, it doesn't work that way. In Agile, customer is with you all the time. And customer doesn't have to be a real customer. It can be someone who's proxy, who's representing the customer. But that person should be responsible to take all the information from the customer and pass it to the team. And vice versa. So that happens all the time. So that's the other beauty. And then responding to change. That is the key. Scope creep. That is what kills you. Right? Something that you thought was important today might not be important to you next 3 months from now or 4 months from now. Right? And there might be some new requirements. So it should not be considered as threat. It should be welcomed with open arms. So that's the other thing that you want to do. So Agile principles. These are the Agile principles. Let's take one at a time. Right? Self-organizing team. In Agile, we move away from command and control. I want you to do this. I want you to do this. It becomes a very flat hierarchy. It becomes a very flat hierarchy. There are not many management layers. It's up to the team. The team is empowered to do things. It's all about the team. So if I have something to do, I just take it to the team and say, no, this is what we have to do. And then the team communicates with each other and they figure out how they're going to do things. It's all about self-organizing. We move away from command and control structure. Very different way of thinking. Very different way. And that is where most of the organizations fail when they move to Agile. Because they are not able to let go of their ego, pride that, you know what, I'm a manager and what will I do if teams start becoming self-organizing. So that's one thing. Working deliverables, we talked about it. Delivering customer value. Constant pace. Again, very important. What does constant pace mean? So I told you we are working on small iterations. Iteration 1, iteration 2, iteration 3. So when I say 2 weeks, my 2 weeks starts on Monday and then it ends on the following Friday. And then Monday it starts again, then it ends on the following Friday. And then it starts on Monday and then it's on the following Friday till my project is done. So you continuously repeat this. You don't take a break in between. Yeah, that's constant pace. So what happens? Let's say in 2 weeks, the team says, you know what, I can take care of these 4 requirements. The manager comes and says, come on man, I think you can do more, you can do more, you know. But the team says, you know what, this is the time we have. No, you can do more, I know you can do more. Okay, fine, let's jam in 2 more requirements. The team is like, okay, fine, we'll work some late nights, we might work on the weekends and we'll get the work done. Fine, you got it done this sprint. Then you move to the next iteration. The manager does the same thing. How long do you think the team can sustain? Eventually the productivity is going to go down. It's very obvious. So constant pace, that's the important. Inspect and adapt. This is the key for risk mitigation, risk planning. So you inspect and adapt at every given time. In the beginning, you plan, what am I going to do for the next 2 weeks? And then on a daily basis, you meet, the entire team meets together. The team will decide, you know what, this is what I did since we last met, since yesterday. This is what I'm going to do today.